Hello, traders. Let me make sure I got everything going here. Pop out the chat. All right, I think we're live. Steve says we're good. So let me know, somebody in the YouTube chat, if you would. Let me know that you're here. You can see me and you can hear me just fine. All right, Steve is saying we're all good, so uh, I'll take his word for it. Ah, there we go. Hey, Pepe, how are you? Hey, Vahid. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. All right. Market, man, I tell you, it's finishing out the year, just trying to hang on, man. Let's take a look at the spies. Not looking real healthy, but the day's not over, and it is year end, it's quarter end, so they may see some window dressing before the close. But yeah, I haven't liked this market all month, honestly. Luckily, there was some nano nukes and some quantum computer companies and some AI stuff that allowed us to make some decent money. But other than that, boy, trying to play the market's been kind of tough. I got a mix of mostly China and shorts. So I'm shorting US and buying China. All right, this is a support webinar. So if anybody's in here, I know we have a lighter crowd now that we don't do the transfer from Barry's room. And not only that, it's the holiday season. So if you have any question about the software or uh, some sort of configuration you're trying to build, that's always something fun to do. And or if you just want to talk stocks, we can do that too. So you got the floor. But I'll chat a little bit as we wait for questions. We definitely talk stocks and VSTM. Somebody mentions here. All right, that would be Joe. Let me take a look, Joe. Yeah, that was a good, nice little horseshoe pattern there after some slop early in the morning. Went back to highs. And looking over here, looks like at least it got pretty close to that already. Could be decent relative volume. Yeah, this could be one that could possibly head up to that $6 or $6 range. Midway one. Steve was saying last Monday that you've made some trades in BTDR recently, and that you would go over. Yeah, it's been a while. But yes, I did. I definitely traded that. I'm not sure. Uh, I know I had a real good trade on it. Uh, maybe, gosh, it's kind of been a while, but I want to say it was right in here because you had kind of a red bar ignored, followed up. So maybe it was taking out that high right there. It's just I do so much trading that it's hard to remember. But if I had to guess, I know it's been at least probably about a month, and that would marry up with this setup right there. Uh, so trying to remember the best, that I can going back this far on that BTDR, uh, and be sure to let me know midway if he was talking about more recent. I just don't recall. I don't I don't think I traded it right here. I remember it was on my setup and it was beautifully setting up there, but I just, for whatever reason, I missed it on this day. I think what it is, if Bitcoin is not really real strong, I tend to stay away from these things. And but yeah, I remember on this Doji day right here that Bitcoin was weak on that day, and I remember, wow, this thing is really holding up well. Ended up flat on the day, and it was definitely on my list, but it's hard for me to catch everything on my list. But anyway, if it's Bitcoin, more than likely I scalp it. I don't like to hold these things overnight just because you don't know what's going to happen with Bitcoin. You're kind of stuck in these things. If Bitcoin falls out of bed, drops 2,000 points, 3,000 points, you could get hurt. But I would definitely day trade it. And I bet you it was on this day right here is the one last time I probably traded that one. Probably scalped it out. Okay, but he says I'm new to the platform. I just wanted to. Uh, I just wanted to know how I could use TAI setup. Can you perhaps walk me through how to set up and how should well, there's really no setup to the AI. Are you talking you're not talking about well, you can't. The money machine is not yet configurable to you. So if you're talking about our AI, Bahid, there's nothing really to set up. It's just let me pull it up. It's just an AI strategy trades window, and we have no idea what's going to come through there. Okay, let me explain to you how the AI works. Okay, we feed it strategies. Okay, and it takes those strategies and he'll back test them, throughout the night, and then they'll have a configuration going into the next day, and only stocks that appear from those strategies that make the final cut will appear in the AI strategy trades window. Uh, so we have no idea, Vahid. It's not like we feed it stocks or anything, or we go in there and do the configuration ourselves. The AI does that for us. Now, I'm a discretionary trader. I've been one for a very long time, and I no longer day trade as much. I will every now and then, but it's rare. I'm more of a swing trader, and uh, so that being said, I don't watch the AI a lot, but when I do, what I'm looking for, and I'll show you something that I like to look at in here in a minute. But I'm looking for breakouts, in a certain level. Like this one's okay because once it cleared this level right here, okay, so once this NEHC cleared this level right here of 575, your next high is all the way up here close to $9. Okay. And I'm not saying it's going to get there, but there's a good chance. And I'm not saying it's going to get there today, but there's a good chance it's going to get there over the next couple of days, just because there's no other resistance. Um, I said support earlier. I mean resistance. So I mean, I can. What I typically look for when I'm looking at these is volume. Like he's got a great volume bar right here in this one, BSTM. Somebody mentioned that earlier. I think it was Joe. Uh, So look at the volume in this 21 relative volume, just incredible volume still coming in on the 1 minute volume and the 5 minute time volume. Okay, that's what that's doing is just causing just incredible amounts of momentum. Okay, and it's hard to stop that momentum once you get this kind of relative volume behind it. Okay, I like to compare it. I haven't done this in a while, but I like to compare it to a category 5 rapids. If you have a log out in there in the river and you're in category 5 rapids, it's just going to shoot that log all the way down the river. Same thing can be applied to, volume in trading. Okay. When you have this huge volume coming in, it's more than likely to head in the same direction until it runs into some uh, some headwinds, something that may stop it. Okay, in this case, you can see it stalled out previously at the 200-day moving average. Okay, even though it's not a whole lot of resistance here, you do have a moving average. So I'm always looking at those. The next thing I'm looking at is where might it go if it does get through that moving average. And you can see here, there's a real good chance with this momentum behind it, it's at least going to go up here to maybe 550, which is close. And if it gets through that, there's a good chance it's going to go $6, like I said earlier, because of this incredible momentum behind it. Okay. So when you're trading these things, my two best pieces of advice is look for strong relative volume, real strong, and look at the daily charts. Okay. Too many people focus on the intraday when they trade. Look at the daily. That's going to show you the real picture of where this thing's going to maybe snag up and get caught up into some resistance. And there is some resistance here, okay, at the 5. You can see here, this is kind of a ledge, it's consolidation, okay? So 550, 555, it's gonna be definitely some, some headwinds to get through. Gets through that, it's a good chance it's gonna go to 6. Let's take a look just to see if we have another one. We got 2 great ones here. Let's look at the ones that maybe didn't work, and we got a couple. This one is a little bit different, and the reason it is, first of all, it's not doing as much volume, okay, and you already had 2 kind of, big moves, okay, so I'm not sure what happened yesterday, but then you had a huge gap up. So this one is a little bit different. Now, this was a long call, I guess, on the pullback to the yesterday's close. And for me, I would be hesitant on that entry just because, you got some stronger down momentum. It may work. Okay. The stop hasn't been hitting this, so this could turn around. This is one which if you're not in it, you didn't buy it then, maybe you come back, you put a price alert, to see, hey, if it gets back through that level, maybe I'm interested. LPSN, same kind of scenario. Look at the difference between these two, okay, and this one. Okay, you're not extended. VSTM, this is the first day. Where over here, you already had a nice first day. Okay, CLIR, you already had a nice first day. So I'm always skeptical. I don't like chasing. I would rather catch something on the first day. All right. Well, Joe, that's different. What are you, a day trader or a swing trader? Okay, you said you're a swing trader. Okay. I don't know if you've seen my videos I do each morning or looked at my and I'll share this with you. Okay, so what I like to do is I create a watch list every morning. All right. This is my swing trade watcher, and you have access to this. Okay, it's in docked. Go to a dock channel bar and go. You got to hit show more. I wish they'd put this thing. Okay, so you can look at this in this docked window. Honestly, I like to look at other stuff, so I don't have time to look at all this big dock right here. So I just put mine into a top list to watch it. But you can watch it in a race. You can watch it in a tree map if you want. But what I do is I do my homework every night and every morning. I finish up in the morning, and I find stocks that are setting up. And you can see this. This is what I'm talking about. This SEAI setting up nicely. Okay, if this thing gets through this level right here, let's call it the 2960 level. Okay, it's doesn't really have any resistance until 3171. So this is definitely on my watch list. Now, lately it's been an ugly market. Okay, a lot of these things haven't worked. A lot of things aren't working in this market. So that being said, but I will mark these up. It just I'm very hesitant, to take these trades when we're in the current environment. Okay, that's the key. A lot of people can develop nice scans, okay, to give them some ideas for trading. The key is when to put those into actual trades, when to turn those into actual trades. Looking at the SPY, this would have worked a lot better, during this 4-month period right here. Okay. It probably took a lot of trades from there and did very well. Now, look at this. We broke back down through our 10 and our 20 in the SPY. Okay. This is where I'm pulling back. I'm not doing a whole lot. Okay. Because a lot of these trades aren't working just because of our current environment. You have more sellers over the last month than you do buyers, believe it or not. Sometimes it doesn't feel that way when you get this move right here, but what happened? We ran right into our 20 and we rolled back over again. So you have to adapt to the current environment. And, you know, honestly, that's used to be a major problem of mine, over trading. I've gotten a lot better. I've had a really, good last quarter, and I was able to identify that, hey, the environment has changed. I'm pulling back. Okay, I may have made, you know 25% in the last quarter, but I've only given back maybe 2% at the most. So that's the important thing is. But I'm going to share with you, Joe, if you don't have it, my homework, and I'll show you real quick what I do. Okay, this is my homework. All right, and I have a series of scans in here that I like that give me these stocks that are setting up for a potential move. You can see this NATL. You can see it's above all its moving averages. Recently, it was at least a, yeah, look at that. It ran right into this level over here and backed up. Now, if this thing gets going again and maybe takes out this level right here, I want to know about it because there's a very good chance this is developing a horseshoe pattern. Okay. So that's one of the keys to trading. It's being prepared, having stocks on a watch list, all right, that, especially with swing trading. Day trading is a little bit different. Sometimes you can kind of come in and just, look for the momentum, but swing trading, you really need to do your homework. And this is what I do. I go through every night. I'll go through these. Now, the market gets real ugly. What you're going to see is these things may only have one stock in them, two stocks in them. Back during our bull run, these things were full. I had to scroll through all sorts of stocks. Now things are getting kind of ugly. They're thinning out a little bit, but you can still find, stocks that are holding up well. So I'm going to share this with you. And what I would recommend if you are a swing trader is go through these, find those levels like that NATL, and just go ahead and set an alert and forget it. Okay. And what will happen is one day, maybe today, hey, the alert goes off, and then you can sit back and you can kind of ascertain if you want to, take the trade or not, which honestly, I haven't been taking a whole lot of them in this market because you're getting a lot of head fakes. There's another one right there holding up very well. Gets above $8, I want to know about it. Maybe if it does, the market's strong. Maybe he's looking for a bounce or something. So that RSI, that was the trade of the week. That's been on my list as well. Put an alert right there. If it goes back through that congestion level, that resistance at 1385 could be a good one. Okay, so that's all it is. Being prepared, setting up, coming in, finding strong setups, and then setting price alerts, and then being able to react or not react. All right, so let me share this with you. All right. And then also what I'll do is I'll do a video each morning, and I'll drop the link in that on my Twitter, on our company Twitter, where I'll pick out maybe the best four stocks that I think has potential. There's the homework. And let me grab you my Twitter handle so you can You're welcome, Joe. And Hymex was on there. I mean, this one was setting up again, but this is what I'm talking about. This is why I passed on this stock today. Okay, my alert went off. It looked like it was going to go, but looking at the current environment, I just did not have, confidence in this trade, even though it was beautiful. So always keep, and you can always come back in once it goes off and just say, hey, if the market gets stronger and it goes back through here, I want to know about it. Let's see, what was another one on here? Unify looks pretty good, but once again, there you have it. Okay, broke out this morning. No, thank you. I don't like to do it first thing in the morning anyway. Head fake, rolled back over. All right. Not a whole lot of ConocoPhillips I was in. Now this is one that I bought yesterday just because energy was strong, and I bought it. I did scalp out half today, and this SU, which is having a hard time, but still, if it get through that level right there, it can be, it may have a nice move to it. Take out that high from 3 days ago. All right, let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay. Yes, yes, Midway. I do have a few scans with uh, the stock composite rating, and I'm not using one currently in my layout where I have it as a filter because sometimes there may be a good setup, and for whatever reason, because there's some fundamental stuff in there, and I don't want it to prevent a stock for not showing up for a good setup, but. But yeah, there's a lot of people that do it. One of my scans is real easy. Is just right here, composite rating, a top list of over 90, and it's going to show you stocks that are real strong. That's a gap up. Is Oh, there, that was a good one. Look at that cyber. See, that would have been in there today. So if you're just watching this one, right, something like this on strong stocks, well, if you want to play uh, $300 companies stocks, so what nice move there too. Now this one would have not popped on here until it probably took out, these moving averages. So you wouldn't have come in today seeing this one on there. It just happened. That's what I like about it. It's real time. Okay, this composite rating happens in real time, unlike what you're going to find at IB. Well, this market not getting a bounce on last day of the quarter. But anyway, real easy to build, and you might want to just do your own, good for practice. All you really got to do, there's not going to be any filters in this thing. You're just going to have maybe a price filter and just pull up stock composite rating and put it's called score, just put a minimum of 90, and you can put the, average daily volume that you want in it. Real easy to do. All right, let me get back to Gerbain. What do bars at the bottom of sweetness? All right, let's just pull that back up. Yeah, this is just going to show you the representation of the percentage of stocks that are up on the day that's in this list. Okay, so all of these stocks are up on the day. So you have 100% of the stocks are up on the day. That's actually a pretty good s- right there. Like this nice setup, it's 50-50, split. You got, even though these stocks are all setting up kind of nicely, you got half of them that are up on the day and half of them that are down on the day. So that's all it is. It's change from close percentage showing you which ones are up. I don't have it on this one. I'm not sure why, but you can just always call a cylinder score. So just if you want to see it on your scans, just go to configure. Let me see. Go to properties and just click on cylinder score. Boom, and it'll pull it up for you. All right, here. Let me thin out of some of this stuff. I'm afraid. Gosh, I don't want to sell the China stocks only because China has not been trading like this over. It's pretty much been flat for the last 4 days. All right, so I don't want to give up on this, and uh, for whatever reason, they've been hitting it over here. But uh, I'm not down that much in them, so I'm not gonna worry about it right now. Small size, except for FXI. Let's see if we got anything going in here. Check the races real quick. It's one trying to bounce. A lot of times when the market sells off, you get people bottom fishing a little bit. It's a ETF. Well, that looks interesting. Oh, that's Mister getting getting hit. MSTR. I tell you, I was long or short Bitcoin in the money yesterday. I was by being long this BITI, and so I bought it yesterday, pretty much right at the bottom, and uh, because the market was rolling over anyway. Bitcoin like kind of sold off really hard after hours. I'm thinking, oh sweet, I'll be dang man if that thing didn't gap up, and I had a stop in. Early in the morning, I said, I'm not going to fight it. I'm going to put my stop in. And boy, I tell you, it got me right exactly at 26 was my stop. So frustrating. That's why shorting's so hard. Unlike, you know, going long, you if you're like swing trading shorts, your best strategy is to go small size and look for a bigger move. Okay, look for a 1 to 2 week move. It's kind of what I'm doing in Apple and Tesla uh, and the spies right now. Uh, I'm long SPX, but I'm just doing it with small size. I'm long AAP day. This is a way like you can kind of hedge your 401k. They have these inverses now that you could. I was surprised they let you trade them, but I'm long AAP day, and then I'm long some TSLS, which is a Tesla short. Uh, but what happens is if you get too much size, they're going to get you, just like they got me in Bitcoin. All right, now I'm going to thin out of some of these. May have to thin out some of that FXI. These nano nukes and quantum stocks are taking a beating today. They're definitely out of favor today, that's for sure. And the AI stocks. But oil is energy's holding up nicely. So All right, let me make sure I didn't miss any more questions. Uh, what time of day do you do your homework? After? Yes, I do. I will do the homework typically for about 45 minutes at night. And then what I'll do is just to make sure, and then I'll get me a nice little watch list going. And then next morning I'll wake up, I'll see what sectors are kind of strong. I'll look at some up gappers to see if anything's, you know, jumping out at me. Uh, may add two or three stocks. I look at some sectors. I maybe, look at some AI stocks and some, the hot sectors. Uh, I look at one I call the big boys, which just has your Amazon, all your big boys in it, to see if something's setting up there. But so what I'll do is maybe 45 minutes at night, and then another 15 or 20 minutes in the morning, and then I'll yep, finalize my list, and then uh, make a video. All right, let's take a look at the different indices to see if anything is holding up. SPY, it's not anywhere near yesterday's lows. Q's looks like it has a date with the 50. Let's take this moving price alert and raise it up there to the 50. And IWM is just downright ugly. It's below its 10. You can see, look at the 10 period moving average, guys. Look, see how this it's been forcing the action, had a bounce there, could not get above the 10, tried there, could not get above the 10, and even this morning tried and put a little head fake and came right back down. This one looks like it has a date with the 200, honestly, and that's where my price alert is. Let me just goose it up just a little bit so I can make sure I get, because I can't tell you how many times I've set price alerts and I'll look at a stock and it turn and is ripping. I'm like, why did my alert go off? And I had it just a little bit too low. You're welcome, Joe. Yeah, excuse me. I'm going to pull up my. Yeah, very minimal losses over here just because I am hedged. Probably should have added to the, that Tesla and Apple, but I just don't want to go into the new year. Plus, Tesla has deliveries on the first. From Barry's watch list, HCTI taken off. Spy's really in no man's land. It just, I don't. I mean, you do have a level back here of support. Oh, that Bitcoin is really making me sick. All right. Let's see. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Would I find your morning video? Yes, yes. I also do them on. We put them on YouTube. I put them on YouTube. Uh, just go to our YouTube channel. I can't. I'm gonna make sure I don't switch to promotional here. Hold on, just a minute. Let me just. I don't want this to start another. Hold on here. And let me see. Go to videos. I load them every morning, but I really don't know where they go. uh, what I would do, let's do this. Just go to, there you go. No, let me try doing, maybe I was searching in videos. Let me try it here. Huh. Well, I see all the old ones. Huh, David, interesting. I got to ask uh, Stephanie where they go. Let me, I know she attach, I think she attaches it in the email which she sends out every day. Stephanie will know. You can bookmark the for the morning videos. Where do you find morning videos? They are on Trade Ideas promotional channel. Okay. Okay. I cannot go and show you that because it'll kick me out of this educational, I'm afraid it will. I won't be able to stream anymore because I have to be on the educational channel to do that. There you go, Peppy. Peppy put them in there. Thank you, Peppy. Peppy knows everything. Okay, I'm confused though. I don't know if somebody how is somebody supposed to find that? If they just go to the normal. uh, y'all bear with me just a moment, okay? My mom's having surgery. As my sister calling. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Oh, good, you found it. Good. You want to throw the link in there for everybody, Jerban? Probably butchering your name. Oh, that's right. You can't post a link. I should know that. Are there any good ECNs to direct orders to these days, or does it really not matter? When it comes to routing, I used to be a day trader for like 17 years, and those were important to me. And uh, when I was a day trader for a swing trader, nah, man, I go for the free commissions and pretty much market orders, market or sometimes sometimes limits, but yeah, I'm not concerned that much about fast routing. Now, if you're one of our partners who will actually pay for your trade ideas, is Centerpoint. Now, I because I traded with them for like 7 years when I was day trading, and they have some really good routes, and they have like the best short book I ever seen. So they can pretty much get you anything. A UNG alert. Let's look and see why I put that alert in there. Well, that was the previous high going back about 3 months ago. Okay, she gave me a link. I can copy and paste in here. And I probably could have gone and done this, but I notice when I try to sign in to the educational, sometimes it gives me an issue because with the promotional. All right, here we go. Let's try this. She tell me Michael and Steve set up this additional YouTube account for stuff other than theirs. Okay. Yeah, I'm a little bit. I just make the video and then I post it, uh, and then I let her handle the rest. Okay, COP is trying to go to highs for me. This thing looks like it wants to tag that 20 period moving average. And I bet you this SU is not far from it either. It's got a ways to go. So energy is holding up well today. Barry's SISI going off. Well, if I'm doing momentum, momentum trading back in the day, I mean, I would put like 1,000. I'm sorry, not 1,000. I would put like, maybe two. One, I use 1.5 a lot, on some of my scans, only because what I don't want to happen is because a lot of time a stock may be dormant and just not doing hardly any volume for 4 hours, and all of a sudden some news comes in and you won't catch it because of the relative volume that it was doing for those 5 hours, right? So uh, I'm real careful with by not putting relative volume too high. Now, for momentum trading, I think what's better than relative volume sometimes is 1 minute and 5 minute volume. That's why if you go to our momentum channel and you look at Master Blaster, you're going to see that's a very nice little multi-strategy window for momentum trading. And yeah, I use very strong 1 minute and 5 minute volume. For swing trading, it's not that important to me. I will look at it, but obviously, I'm not really concerned about what it's going to do in the next 5 or 10 minutes on volume. I'm more concerned what it's going to do over several days. but but yeah, I use 1.5 a lot, just to kind of filter out some of the stocks that are doing really really light volume. The playlist from that link is out of date. Okay, I'm sorry about that. This is the link she gave me. I'll check it out. I'll get more information on where all these go and everything. So you're not even seeing the uh, Trader Eye in there, David? You're buying some TXRH, Texas Roadhouse. I got some gift cards from them I've had for like 2 years that I need to use. Yeah, definitely holding that 180 level. Yeah, I see what I see your strategy there, Joe. You got to easy out, right? If it breaks, for me, if I'm taking a trade like this, especially if it's below its 10 period moving average, I'm going to keep it tight and just basically use the low of that range there. That's my stop. So, yep, that's totally. I take trades like that, as well. I typically would like it above the 10. It's having trouble getting above that 10, but no, that's a very low risk, high reward trade there. Well, Tesla, I wish I'd have bought more now. I almost did, but it's take a look at Tesla. You can't look at these inverse charts. So yeah, it's definitely below its support level and below that 20 period moving average. Of course, all that can change when they get their announce their delivery numbers. Okay, so yes, okay, then you're on the promo channel. Yes, looks like very. Oh, you may get another shot, Joe. I can see end of quarter, end of year. I could definitely see, just kind of a brutal bounce coming here, but who knows? I mean, it's gosh, that's another one I bought yesterday. Thought it was going to break out yesterday. I anticipate a lot, and gets me in trouble sometimes because I got stopped out. You can see that ugly bar yesterday, and then look what it does today. Unbelievable. That's China stocks for you. That's a good lesson in a market like this. Sometimes it's best just to be patient and wait for a pullback, and buy those things. Or could have, even bought it this morning, but that was nasty. And there we go. And you got a nice little pop here in the SPY, and I'm not gonna do much. Although I like the way Kate Webb kind of held up there. Didn't really pull back. As a matter of fact, didn't even go negative. I'd sold some earlier just because I'd had too much of it, but yep, here is our pop. This one I do want to add if it gets back above this. Now it'll be interesting though if we get a little pop in the market is will the energy stocks remain strong or will they stop selling them and somebody start selling them and going buying high big tech? Stupid market. Back in the day, you would always go to the strong sector. Nowadays, you get this crazy rotation where you're thinking, "Oh man, strong sectors. If we get a nice pop, I'm buying more of those." And then what'll happen is you'll get a rotation back into tech or something. Okay, I'm gonna add a little more of this. Let's see. I think Warren Buffett just keeps buying Oxio, and finally looks like it may try to get above its 50-period moving average. But what a ugly kind of death march that's been in. Yes, that too has been horrible. But what's the old saying? The sun doesn't shine on the same dog's ass every day. So maybe it's time for oil to get a little sunshine. Oil energy stocks. Look at that spy bounce. All right, guys, I'm gonna have to sign off here in a little bit. But Joe's buying restaurants. Yeah, well, not a bad thing. There goes Exxon to highs and ConocoPhillips to highs. And this SU bought some more, and I may even buy some more. I think I will. I got enough. Yeah, final thought is have some China stocks in mind because I tell you right now, if uh, like I said, FXI has been going sideways, and for the last, it doesn't look like this crap. Of course, this is an ETF, but if China gets like a move, on the or morning of the second, anyway, this is going to just have so much catch up to do, and so not playing ball yet. But like I said, I don't know. It's weird. I can't. But I've seen it happen before where China will kind of, actually go up and have a little move, and then they'll get hit over here, and then next thing you know, this market gets way behind and there's just a massive move in the China stocks. Okay, you bought some for me. You bought some restaurants for me. All right, guys, I'm gonna have to run, but that's it. You guys have a wonderful New Year's. All right, looking forward. Gonna make lots of profits next year. Okay, I'm not expecting the big up market, so we're gonna may have to work a little harder, put on some hedges, but we'll see what happens. But anyway, guys, keep it tight, and I will talk to you next year. Have a good one.